Hey everyone, before we begin, I just want to let everybody know that this is recorded on my mobile phone. So if you feel like it's in a weird aspect ratio or if your phone feels like it's full screen, that's because it's it. The quality might be really, really low, but let me know what it looks like. So I might do more in the future if you guys want to sort of do that. I only really recorded it on phone, so then you guys would know that I've actually taken the time to use my mobile to play Genshin Impact as well as my PC as sort of like a side-by-side and my thoughts on how it plays as well. But I'll just let you guys know that it plays absolutely brilliantly, especially on an iPhone. I don't know about Android. My Pixel 4 didn't play it too well, so I didn't really play it on that. But yeah, no, I've been really enjoying it so far. But yeah, here we go. Enjoy the video. Hello, everybody. My name is Winky, and welcome to my thoughts on Genshin Impact. Now, I have never done a video like this before. Never have, never will. This is a will moment though, so I guess welcome. But before we begin, I just want to let everybody know, thank you for everybody for the support on the last couple of videos that I made, especially on the one where I was talking about how I felt about Apex and whatnot. It really means a lot to me that everybody sort of took note of what was going on and sort of helped me out as well with the comment section. And especially my Minecraft video, getting the amount of views and support that it did, you know, after that. Felt really, really good. And we're almost at 30k as well. I hope that by the time this video comes out, we should be even closer. But yeah, we're almost there, about 100 off. Now, Genshin Impact. This has been a game that I've been playing on and off. It was on and off lately, but it was the main game that I played last month till now. It has been nothing but sucking up my life, sucking up my friends' lives. It's one of those games that you never expect to really get yourself into, but it's one that you stick around with because of multiple reasons. Now, as of recording, I'm currently adventure rank 35, and I'll let you guys all know. Later on, we'll talk about how everything affects me, like the gameplay loop, everything like the resin issue, roles for characters, everything like that. But yeah, to get things started, Genshin Impact is a game. What are my thoughts on it? I think as a whole entire game, it's beautiful. It's amazing. Realistically, it's really good base game. Like from a gameplay standard, not from anything like a Wish or anything like that. Just from a gameplay standard. You know, with your elemental attacks, your characters that you can use, you know, your mix of your party system, everything flows really, really well. When you start the game, you know, it feels kind of like a vibe. No, sorry, it kind of feels like, at the start, it feels like I'm playing a Breath of the Wild clone, you know? So, you know, you have your character, you're running around in the open. It has a very similar art style to it in terms of like the grass and just the environment. Characters are a bit different to Breath of the Wild, but it's all sort of in that same kind of shading. But I really enjoy the game for what it's worth. And it doesn't become a Breath of the Wild clone after like 20 to 30 minutes of playing. Once you get into the main story, get into the city, you start realizing that this game is a lot different to what a lot of people expect. It was a complete, you know, different thing to me. I was like, oh, cool, it's going to be a Breath of the Wild clone. You know, it looks really cool. It's got anime characters. I'm a big anime fan. But then I started playing it a lot and I was like, wow, this is a game that I can really get into. This is a game that I really dig. This is a game that I really love its mechanics that are in-depth as well. Now, that was only short. I was only going to go with that for a short moment because I really want to talk about everything else. The actual main gameplay aspect of the game is amazing. You know, the places you go, the enemies you fight, the storyline, all really cool. I really enjoy what they've got. Now I'm going to move on to some more controversial kind of things and everything like that. But also, if you guys want to know more about the whole gameplay situation, talk to me in the comments. I'll be replying to most comments that are asking me questions about what's going on. So ask me there and I'll reply accordingly. And if there's too many, I'll make another Q&A type video where I talk about my thoughts on those specific aspects that you guys want me to talk about. Now, I know I'm doing this in categories, but I'm kind of lost on where to start. I think I'll start with the gameplay loop itself. So what's involved in like what keeps me coming back to the game. So essentially, there's a couple of things that you can do every day in the game that reset. So first for one, you got your daily commissions. They're an everyday thing. You get 4 of those per day. Each reward you with about 225 adventure EXP rank and a bunch of other little goodies that you get every day. And then you talk to the people at the Adventure Guild, I think. Yeah, the Adventurers Guild. And you can get an extra 500 EXP once you've completed all 4. You can go into other people's worlds and do them too, but that's one of the main things. Another one is the world bosses. So you've got like geostasis cubes. You've got the big flower guys. I don't know the names. I haven't got anything pulled up in front of me. But like, you know, you got all the flowers. You've also got the wolf as well. And then Storm Terror's domain is sort of like, they're more weekly. Like Storm Terror and the wolf are more weekly, but you've got your other world bosses like the cubes, the plants and stuff like that, all as your dailies pretty much. You can do them a couple times a day until you kill them too many times, and then you got to wait for each day to reset. With all those daily commissions and the world bosses, there's also things called the ley line outcrops, which there's a couple of them. So you've got the ones that give you a bunch of XP books, and you've got one that gives you a bunch of gold. Now these scale up your world level as well. So as you can see later on in this video, you'll see me doing a bunch of these where I'm doing mainly the EXP to level up my characters because I just hit world rank 4. But I keep doing this one over and over again. You'll see that I get a lot more books that you might not get in your playthrough at the start, or even later on until you get to around level 35 in terms of adventure rank as well. You know, all the bosses I find are really, really good. They're actually not too hard. Obviously, if you go there before the certain level requirement, especially the first start of the game, it kind of gets a bit difficult because you don't have your weapons upgraded, you don't have your characters upgraded. You might have them at level 20, but it's not going to be enough to defeat a lot of those. I found out the hard way with the Anemo cube. That thing wiped the floor with me and my squad when we went over there to defeat it in co-op mode. It was not a fun time. But once you do level up and you defeat them, they're also the main ways to get progression materials. So, for instance, leveling up a character such as Klee, or any character requires one piece of gear from these bosses. When you hit level 40, that's when you require it for the next level 40 to 50 stage. But before that, you don't require that at all. So, for instance, I had to kill a fire flower, the fire flower, a lot of times to get Klee upgraded to level 70, etc, etc. So that's how that works. I really enjoy how they work. I really enjoy their inclusion in the world. I don't think they're a bad, I don't think they're a bad choice to have in a game like this. They're very, really good. You know, you can also get artifacts from them, so you can keep getting artifacts upgraded as you go along. You're not really limited on how many artifacts you get per playthrough and stuff like that. It's a really interesting and good addition to the game, and as well as they all have different attacks, so that also helps a lot in terms of not keeping everything so stale as well. Now moving on to the ley line outcrops. They're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. But we have a thing. Actually, you know what? This all boils down to one thing. The resin issue, the original resin. Now in the game there is a currency named original resin, and that currency is used to get rewards from pretty much every activity in the game, whether it be a domain, if you're getting level up materials, whether you're killing a boss to get their rewards, whether you're doing Storm Terror's domain to actually do it, whether you're doing the Wolf's Den to actually get those rewards as well. It all requires resin. And now you might think, oh great, you get 120 of it per day. That's awesome. Or you get 120 of it per 12 hours. That's awesome, right? No, because it costs 20 minimum per activity to do. A world boss takes 40 resin to take its stuff, whereas the Wolf and Storm Terrors take 60. Now, while you get the Wolf every week and the Storm Terror every week, they're weekly activities, it's still half of your original resin. Now, with the ley lines that you'll see as well, each one of those costs 20 resin, and I only get enough to level up a character less than once where I'm at per 20 resin. Now, I do use fragile resin, so I do use the resin refreshes that you do get from leveling up. But at this stage in the game, once you hit level 30, this becomes a major issue for everyone. If you're watching this and you're level 20 and you're using these, I would recommend completely stopping. You have so much story quests to do. You have so many world quests to do. You've got so much exploring to do. You know, you've got to unlock all the teleporters. You've got to unlock all the statues, level up your statues, do daily commissions, do all the world bosses, but don't take your resin. Don't use that fragile resin until you're at least level 30. You'll feel the grind once you hit level 30. Your final quest is around level 28, and that's just when everything goes to a halt. Every 2 levels from there, so once you hit level 32, level 34, level 36, and level 38 as it stands, you do get an extra story quest which you unlock by doing daily commissions via a key, but it's not enough to keep up with the grind that you get from when you use fragile resin. I'm really upset that I have to speak about it, as I'm a casual gamer when it comes to Genshin. I used to play it a lot back before I hit level 34, and then I hit adventure rank 34, and then it completely slowed down for me and I just stopped playing it. Now I can play casually, so I'm still enjoying the game as it is. I'll boot it up for 2 hours a day. I'll do everything I need to do and then I'll hop off, But for a lot of people that play the game constantly, to level up, a couple of us have a mate of ours called Sayo. He's been playing the game a lot. He's adventure rank 42, I think, as of recording, or 41. And he has to spend upwards of 12 hours a day doing chests, and he'll only get halfway in an adventure rank for 12 hours of play. And that's including the story quests, the ley lines, your adventure rank you get from everything you do. So that's one big problem with the game, is just the resin. If there was double resin or ways to get more resin quicker, then it would be great. And another issue with that is using your primo gems for the resin as well. it starts off at 50 and you think, great, it's only 50. You know, you can get that from a quest or you can get that from a couple of chests. But then it doubles each time. Or it goes up by 150 or it goes up by 50 each time. So I'll use it once at 50. Then I want to use it again. Oh, it's 100. Oh, you want to use it again? Now it's 200 kind of thing, you know? It keeps going up when it doesn't need to go up. And that's a real big issue, especially with pay to play players. Well, not myself. I only spend a couple hundred only. I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, it's like that's the issue. I mean, other than that, everything's great. You know, the way you get your rewards is awesome. The rewards you do get are pretty substantial. I just wish that the resin issue was a little bit better. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Now I'm going to go into the gacha part of the game. I know that this is going to be like a long video talking about lots of things, rambling on, but I've never structured a video like this. I haven't even structured this. This is all just me talking. So it's whatever. But I want to talk about the gacha side of things. I like the system, but I also hate it. I'm a mixed bag with this. So in the game, you can roll up to, I think, 3 banners at the moment. Back when the game started, there was 4 banners to roll. No, there was still 3 banners. There are 3 banners to roll. 2 are Acquainted Fates, which means they're a limited time banner, which means everything in those banners that are rated up won't come back during a normal banner, especially like Klee, for instance, who's the one at the moment, and then the weapons that are currently in the other Acquainted Fate banner. But the regular banner's also there as well. Now, when you start the game, you have 4 banners to roll. So you've got the beginner banner, and then you've got the other 3. Now, the beginner banner is probably the best banner you can pick. If you guys are new to the game and you guys haven't rolled that beginner banner because you don't want, you know, to spend something on a cheap banner, just do it. I got my first 5-star from that on my second time because it's 8 fates or 8 wishes or 8 of the currency to roll that, and it's just so much more worth it. It's so much cheaper than anything, and you get 20 rolls out of it for the price of 16. So that's awesome. But other than that, the rolls, the percentages aren't too bad. I think I only know the percentage for legendary, and it's 0.6% for legendary. But they do have a pity system, and this is what I really enjoy, is the pity system. So after 90 rolls, if you haven't gotten any 5 stars at all, you have a guaranteed 5-star, which is awesome, right? I want a 5-star. It's so sick. But it's 90 rolls, which I think, what is it in Australian? So each 10 roll costs 1,600 Primo Gems. And 1,600 Primo Gems is around 27 Australian dollars. So you need to do 10 of those. So you need to spend roughly nearly $300 to get a confirmed 90 roll if you haven't got the bonus gems from your first purchase. And that is a lot of money. Or even more than that, should I say. Probably around, you know, 400 to 500. And that's a lot. So I like the piece system that's 90 rolls, but I don't like it how it costs so much money. Another issue with that is getting Primo Gems in-game to do those rolls and wishes is a painstakingly bad thing. Every achievement gets you 5 to start. It upgrades to 10 and then 15 as respectively, but it's still so slow. I haven't done a free roll in a long time, but whenever I do, it's just so slow. I wish it was faster. I wish I could get Primo Gems quicker. The events don't do it justice. There is a daily login event every 7 days where you get up to 200, or sorry, up to 300 total, but it's just not enough for 7 days. But then there is like little events, like when the game first came out, you got, I believe it was 120 Primo Gems a day for 10 days. That's what we got. And then you've also got the welcome bonus as well. The welcome bonus, which I think gives you 90 per day when you log in for 30 days, which is a total of 2,700, which is actually really generous overall, which I do enjoy that. That's kind of a good feature. But that's my only issue with the gacha side. It's more that it's more beneficial to whales than it is just a casual player. Yeah, look, the game is completely free to play. You can completely play the game free to play. I've got a couple of mates who are just playing free to play. They've got a couple of 5-star characters from the rolls. But it's the feeling of, if you whale in the game, you're going to be more disappointed than being a free to play player. But if you're a free to play player, you're going to be more disappointed than a whale when they're spending a lot of money. It's a weird situation. I don't know really how to describe it, but that's how I would describe a little bit of it, just to say, hey, if you spend a lot of money, you're going to be disappointed. But if you don't spend a lot of money, you could also be disappointed. But if you don't spend a lot of money, or if you don't spend any money at all, and you get the good rolls, then you're not disappointed type thing. That's what I'm going for. But yeah, I don't believe that the game is completely perfect in regards to all of its systems. The gameplay itself is awesome, but like the resin, the gacha stuff, that's kind of a downside, and they need to work on that, which I believe from what we've seen from the leaks, it looks like they're going to be working on it, but it's just, I don't think it's going to be enough of a workaround to start. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, I'm just talking out my butt, but we might be able to see how it goes. Well, on the topic of gacha as well, got to talk about how it's different from other gacha games at the same time. Big thing is the gameplay itself. It's a PC game. It feels like a console and a PC game on a mobile. The footage you're watching is on mobile because I've been playing it to get to feel the experience. And I love the experience, you know, it's one of the best things ever. It's just I mean, look, compare it to Summoner's War, or compare it to Mobile Legends Adventure, or compare it to Fate. They're all 2D touch games, right? Whereas Genshin is completely 3D. You don't have to do any wishes. You don't have to do anything of their systems. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. But you can do everything else. You can do the 3D. It's completely 3D open world game. You can go anywhere you like. You can go along and defeat anybody you wanted to defeat. You can do whatever you want in that game while also having the gacha system on the side. And it's also on mobile. And it's also on PlayStation. And it's also on PC. And it's coming to Switch as well. I don't know any other gacha games that's done that other than Raid Shadow Legends. Because Raid Shadow Legends is on PC, but it's still a tap-based one, you know? Whereas Genshin is the first gacha game to be out as a 3D open world game that's worth it and good at the same time. And I really respect it about it. I think that's why I've stuck with it. Like, I play a lot of gacha games, but I don't stick with them for longer than 2 weeks because of their boring nature of just tap, 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 and then it gets to a stale progression state, which is what we're in for Genshin at the moment, but they're still bringing out new things, and the resin doesn't help, but that's just how it is. Another big thing, this is the last topic I'll touch today in this video, but I need more questions from you guys below, is the co-op. The co-op is good if you have friends to just explore around with and do things in their world. It is bad if you wish to do any sort of progression. Now, a lot of people will be like, what? You can do progression in co-op? Yeah, you can, but I'm talking about story progression with friends, adventure XP with friends, you know? Last night I was talking with Brad and Alyssa while they were playing. Brad went to Alyssa's world and did the wolf with her. He went back to his world, he couldn't do the wolf anymore. Because he already did it once in that world. That's what I mean. It's sort of like a disconnect. You're in their world, but you still can't pick up any chests. You can't do any or you can do ley lines, but you can't pick up any chests. You can't open any doors. You can't go anywhere. You have to do everything based on the world's owner. But even the world owner can't do any quests. They can't talk to any people. They can't do this. They can't do that. They're also locked behind everything else, which really, really sucks. All you can do is go around and do world bosses, do the ley lines, do the wolf, do the daily commissions, which those are an interesting thing because you can do them on both worlds and you don't have to worry about it, but you just can't take the commission rewards from the Adventure Guild twice. That's it. The Geoculus and the Immunoculus, you can get those on both worlds, but obviously only the world creator can get them, not the people like that. But you can show them where it is, obviously. But yeah, it's really unfortunate that co-op I feel like needs its own story base. For what it's worth, co-op is cool. Cool concept. You can do domains with each other. You can do everything with each other that requires matchmaking. The downside to it is trying to do anything fun with your friend, like progressing through a story, or just trying to do something in the game, like a quest or anything like that, you know? I might be over in Liyue, right? Trying to find some chests or whatever, while a mate of mine's over in Mondstadt trying to do, you know, just looking around. But I want to do a quest in Liyue, right? Because I'm the world owner. I want to do a quest there. But I can't talk to anybody to start a quest. Oh, there's a big boat out in the ocean there off the dock? Okay, cool. That's where a bunch of quests start. But I can't do that when I'm in a multiplayer world because I can't talk to anybody. The quest might start, but I can't do anything there. And then once co-op is over, I get teleported back to where I was. So that's another issue that they sort of need to work on. But I mean, it feels good when you're doing things like in an actual proper co-op way, like doing domains and doing the bosses. That actually feels really, really fun. But the rest of it could be worked on a little bit more. But look, overall, I think the game is awesome for what it's worth. The characters are awesome. There's no real characters I'd say I'd put down in the dumps or anything like that. I mean, if I were to put anyone down in the dumps, it'd be Bennett. He kind of sucks. Barbara is the most overpowered healer that I've ever seen in the game. But that's it, you know? Nothing else really strikes out. I would say that the game is awesome. The game is excellent. Underneath all the greatness, there is a big flaw in the whole game in terms of progressing through the story past level 30, you know, the original resin issue, as well as the world quests and stuff like that, because there's no world quests after as well. You have to sort of run around and just find all the chests and stuff. Just a grind that after level 30 becomes a pain in the butt. But yeah, TLDW, don't spend your resin if you're before level 30. Don't spend your money on the gacha unless you really want to be disappointed. And don't do co-op with friends unless you want to defeat all their bosses and get all their rewards instead of them going to yours. That's pretty much it. But let me know what you guys think. This is the kind of first video I've ever done like this. And I would really like if you guys could help me out and just say what I could do better. As well as give me some questions to talk about, you know, what's happening next and stuff. Or what I could talk about next. I feel like that would be a really good thing to talk about. You know, what I want you guys to give me a question on a specific issue. Don't just leave it down to a big, broad overview. Give me like a specific thing and I'll talk about it as well. And I feel like I should do a podcast type like thing as well. I don't know if you guys will like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed it. Don't hit the subscribe button if you didn't enjoy it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the dislike button if you didn't. Yeah, it's the same as always. But yeah, I'll catch you guys around in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys stuck around this far, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Bye.